This is the 2019 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350, and it is the $65,000 Mustang. The GT350 has a 5.2-liter V8 making 526 horsepower. The GT350 has the 5.2-liter V8, which does sound pretty good, and I'll have a clip of it starting up and revving at the end. But my favorite part of it is this true 3-pedal 6-speed manual. And here you can see, here's the GT350 window sticker, and there you can see it says $65,775. Now, what do you get when you spend $65,000 on Mustang? The first thing I noticed when I walked in here was these Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, which are very grippy and used by many people. The next thing is all the GT350 badges. You can see this one here on the side, one here on the grill. In the back there is also a Shelby GT350 badge with it. The front splitter says Shelby. And there's a GT350 badge over on this side. Under the hood you notice quite a bit of stuff. First, here at the very front, you can see it spells out carbon fiber composite. I'm not sure why they have to spell that out. Most companies just use it, but... Next up over here, you can see there's a bar that goes from one side to the other, and on there it says Ford Performance. And there's no plastic engine covers like in most Ford products. And over here, you can see the engine has gotten the AMG treatment. It says, hand built with pride, and then the guy who built its signature. And here you can see some of the carbon fiber that's on the dashboard. Here you can see the key. It looks like a pretty normal Ford key until you flip it over. Here's the front of the Mustang. You can see there's the grill up there, and there's several other air intakes. There's air intakes lower to the side and further to the side. And here you can see there's yet another air intake. A little further back, right by the GT350 badge, there is another air outlet. Now heading to the back of the GT350. Once you open the trunk, you find that it's fairly spacious with plenty of room for something like your Lamborghini Huracans. And here you can see the gear shifter for the 6-speed manual. And there you can see all 3 pedals. When you press the start-stop button, you can see the infotainment system starts up. And we did not actually just start the car. You have to press and pedal for that to happen. We just turn accessories on. And here you can see, here's the gauge cluster. You have the normal tachometer and speedometer. But right in the middle, there's a screen. You can see there's gauge mode, trip and fuel, track apps, and driver assist and settings. Now, if you go into driver assist, you can see auto engine off. That's what most people should do. Here you can see the 2 most important switches in the car. You have exhaust mode, so you can put your car into sport exhaust, and launch control. And you can see in the gauge cluster when you flip this exhaust switch, launch control. Back here in the back, you can see when you have the hazards on, unfortunately, it is not sequential, like when you turn on the turn signals. Here you can see in the passenger side, there is this part that goes up just like in the gauge cluster, but it does not have a gauge cluster, it just has this GT350 badge with the chassis number. Now if you want to get into the glove box, you just press this, and the piece goes in, and unfortunately, the instruction manual is in this little bag, so I can't go into it. But if you had one and it was open, then you could just stick it right in here in this little cubby. Right here you can see there's little wing on the side, and it is notorious for getting little rocks and pebbles from the tires in here, and you can see there are some in here right now. And here you can see there's the brakes. You got Brembo calipers, and you can see there's the rotor. And the actual size of the rotor is about the size of some tires and wheels I know of. And that brake caliper is just absolutely massive. And now, time to attempt to get into the back seat of the GT350. I'm now in the back of the GT350, and if it wasn't for the lack of headroom, because my head is touching the ceiling, so it would be pretty comfortable. You can see my knees are touching it, but it's got this little piece that goes in, and so it's not actually that uncomfortable to sit in. You can see the seat is in a fairly normal position. If I was going to be driving, this is right around where I would put the seat. Now onto the steering wheel. You can see it is a full Alcantara hand-stitched steering wheel, except for at the bottom where it's leather, and this tiny strip at the top where it's leather. It's very nice to feel, and it's very grippy. I've never driven a car with a manual transmission, but the clutch on this car feels pretty nice, and gear shift. It doesn't feel too clinky or anything like that. I know some cars do feel very clinky, and the clutch is not that heavy. Make sure you check out the Midland Ford Lincoln website. Along with that GT350, they have this Continental, they have 3 Mustang GTs and 1 EcoBoost, 3 Raptors, and 2 Rangers. I'll have their dealership links in the description below. Make sure you check them out. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video. Goodbye. I mentioned they had an EcoBoost Mustang. Look at it. It's so bright. Look at that green. If you have a budget of $40,000,